Today I'm going to be installing these Ricochet off-road armor A-arm guard. It protects the CV boot and your A-arm for your Polaris. I'm going to be installing it on my 2017 570 SP. As you can see, it does come with a factory guard, but it is plastic. It's not real thick. I'm going to be replacing them with this thick aluminum piece. It is a four pieces, 2 for the front, 2 for the back. It comes with everything that you need to mount them, including the brackets that hold them on and the bolts. The brackets do have the nuts already mounted on there. They're already welded on. I put a little bit of anti-seize compound in there. It is recommended due to the not locking feature of the clamps. Before I begin, I need to remove these 3 screws that are holding on the factory mounted piece. Again, it is kind of a flimsier type of piece. It may be sufficient depending on the area that you live in. There's a lot of logging that goes on in this area, and sometimes you're going over some crazy sticks and pieces of wood, and we just don't want to have to be replacing or repairing anything on the trails. It's just an extra precaution we like to take here. Just to explain a little bit of what we're trying to protect on this machine with these pieces, you can see these CV boots on the machine. You want something in front of them to protect something from jabbing into them and damaging them while you're on the trail. Each piece in front comes with the, I don't know, it's like a U-joint clamp. It does have the nut welded onto the top. I put some anti-locking lubricant inside, and I'm just going to screw the bolt in from the bottom very loosely so that when we go to put it underneath the machine, we just have to maneuver it around a little bit to get it to stay on. So again, just very loosely attaching the bolt to the bottom of the piece. There's 3 of them on each side. We have these pieces loosely put onto the A-arm guard, just in the back. They're attached. We're going to go ahead and pull this up and attach this one here to this bar here. Now that we have the piece very loosely mounted on there, we're going to tighten it up with this T40 socket drive. We want to make sure that we position it so that it doesn't affect the steering. So I'm not going to tighten it too tight, and we're going to test the steering once I have it clamped down. Now I'm going to be installing the other side. So again, I'm going to loosely attach the fixtures that came with the pieces, and then I will tighten them up. Just loosely attaching the back, as you can see. Now I'm going to loosely attach the front. There we go. Just going to take my T40 socket drive and tighten it from underneath. So now we're just checking to make sure that we have good clearance on the sides and it's not affecting our steering. We want to make sure we're not binding up at all. It has a little bit of play to move it toward the center of the machine and toward the outside. You want to get a position where it will provide the most coverage and the most protection for the vehicle, but at the same time, you don't want it to interfere with the wheels. We're all done installing the front A-arm guards. Again, it's Ricochet off-road armor. I'm going to go ahead and put my tab back on my winch and get started on the back. As you can see, we have to remove the factory installed pieces first. Very simple to do. Just 4 screws. Actually 2 on each side only, so even easier. You can see the difference between the piece that came on the machine that we're taking off and the piece that we're going to be replacing it with. All I did was loosely put the pieces onto the fixture. This is what they look like on top. And then I attached the bolt very loosely from underneath. It's a little bit to finagle around, but it'll hold it in place while we attach the 4 bolts that hold the piece on. As you can see, there's a bar here on the inside of the piece. That's where these pieces go. They're kind of like an 8 shape. You just want to very slightly, very loosely put those on there because you're going to be hooking them onto the brackets here on the machine. The longer screws are going to go through the bottom of this hole here. They'll come up to the top. Obviously with the A-arm guard in between, and then this piece goes on top.
Go.
Right now the piece is very loosely on, as you can see. All that's left to do is tighten the bolts. You can see it's still very wiggling around. You can see how these pieces hook onto the arms back here. I went ahead and wedged this 14mm wrench onto the top piece of the nut, as you can see. So from underneath, I'm just using the piece to screw it down. Just a star socket. I believe it's a 40. My husband does not have one that's magnetized and it keeps coming out. Father's Day is coming. Guess what he's gotten? I'm just finishing up here, cleaning up a little bit. Probably all in all took about an hour. It's really only like 13 bolts, but reaching everything and getting to everything could be a little tedious. I'm gonna go ahead and put this sticker on here because I think it's kind of cool. Off-road armor. I'm ready to do some riding. Thanks for watching.